James just had a wee. There's a low-flying aircraft up there. James has had a wee. She's worried he's seen her bum.
You'll be able to see it from miles out there. There's pure white double chin.
Be like a Felicia Beacon, wouldn't it?
I reckon that's why he's coming back round.
Yeah, he's coming back round for another look. Here we are. We are now famous. We went live this morning with one of our very, very first videos, so I do apologise if the sound isn't too good because our filming equipment wasn't that good back then. But today we are back in one of our permissions, but on a totally, well, in fact, two fields.
Yeah,
I don't know if we're going to get round to the second one because it's massive.
It's massive. Even he said to me on the phone, the farmer, he said, "Oh, it's a small field and a bigger field." Well, the small field is big and the big field is blooming big. And by the way, the date we went live, 30th of April 2025.
Yeah.
A very big milestone for us actually, because we've now been doing
2 years.
at least 2 years.
Yeah, we started about spring, March.
Yeah, 2 years now. And we hope that you will continue following our journey. Things they do get more and more exciting, obviously.
And the videos get better because our equipment gets better.
So, like everything else, you know, it's good for you to see where our journey started and just how things were back then.
And hopefully see we've improved a bit.
Well, hopefully. I do hope we've improved. After seeing the beginning of this one, it's like, oh my God. And I realised just how bad I
In one of the other videos, I did say it was painful to watch because we were that bad. So,
but everybody has to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Lots of days where it's been brilliant, lots of days where it's been, excuse my language, bloody
just double
awful.
check that it is.
You know, it is part of the learning, and we love to learn.
And it's good to share it with other people so
Exactly.
they don't make the same mistakes.
Same mistakes. I mean, we're still making mistakes. I know I am.
Yeah.
But that's how you learn.
We're
as
a bit
we
mad,
are.
aren't we?
Yeah, well, we are. I mean, we're known as that. The last time, you know, well, the couple of
whenever
times.
we go, they go, oh, here they are.
Oh, here they are. Here's a terrible two, but yeah. So, all exciting news today. We don't know, when we came to this field last time, admittedly,
we haven't been in this one.
This one we have.
Oh, sorry.
Like we're sat in.
This field, yeah, we're going over to those two
to
fields
the
over
other
there,
two
sorry.
that adjoin it, but we
didn't
were
have
in
much
this
luck in here,
field.
did we?
No, we didn't. I did actually find a beautiful hammer.
You got lovely, huge hammers.
A huge
wasn't
one. It was beautiful, but this is detecting for you. You can be detecting this massive field and only find one good thing, just stuck in the middle of nowhere. You could go into an adjoining field and completely find totally different.
Yeah.
So you never know what you're going to find.
It's a beautiful spot.
Just being here today in this weather, which I'm burning already.
Do you know what? I just,
you know. So you know, if we were in the pouring rain, it might be a different scenario.
Well, if it's pouring rain, we wouldn't be here because it's levels.
Oh, yeah, it's true. We wouldn't be able to get. We wouldn't even be able to get to this field.
That's why we've got to make the most of it at the moment, isn't it?
We're going to have a go.
I haven't got tan accelerator on because I've run out.
Oh, haven't you?
No, so
she even puts tan
I
accelerator
know, because
on.
I'm so fair.
And I put on factor 50. I put on factor 50.
Yeah, you do, but I'm white.
Yeah,
white.
Yeah, but it wouldn't matter how far forward I
would like to go off white.
Yeah.
I have got my factor 30 with me because we are sensible like that. I could be out all summer and I'll go like cream rather than white. Well, the only thing I can hope is that my freckles join up. And then at least I might look like
I know, I do get very freckly on my face and I don't like it.
Yeah, I never used to like my freckles.
No, I don't.
Now I think, do you know what, it just means we're English roses, really.
Oh, I'm not sure about that. What we're finding in the fields today, like the newish coins, the 2p's and that, they've already gone almost. They've gone orange.
Yeah.
You know, so...
Yeah, the really old stuff, you can pick it out and it's
I dug up
beautiful.
a coin last week, 2,000 years old, and it was like it had just been dropped.
Yeah.
gonna be
Don't make
left.
them like they used to.
They don't do them.
No.
So anyway, we're going to get going. If we don't, we'll never get going. Hope you continue following us on our journey and keep digging.
Okay, so this is the field that we're in today. Absolutely lovely. See Jane up there. Zoom in, see if you can see it. There you go. You've got a beautiful wood, ancient woodland up the top. It's just idyllic, it really is. And this is, he said, it's quite a small field. It's actually huge. Anyway, I just did this one, and I wasn't holding out much hope. It sort of gave out a very small iron blip, because sometimes if I get a blip, it's like a little, like beep, beep, like that at the end. I tend to not dig it, because to me most of the time it's iron, or a bit of a tractor. Anyway, just got a button, and I know it's only one of the plain ones that we find, probably military. So if that's the case, then if we find a lot more of these, then there may have been a camp here, which would be just lovely. So yeah, good start. Jane's already at the top. I've only come from the gateway. Yeah, so fingers crossed. Right, so I've just come a little bit further, and I've got one of our old faithfuls, the copper ring. Still don't know what they are. They're probably something off a tractor, because we do tend to find a lot of these. So yeah, not very exciting, but they give you a lovely signal, copper does. Absolutely lovely. Never mind.
Dug a couple holes on your rubbish, and so I've come back down again now. It doesn't seem to be anything other than that one button up in round below the wood. I've come down now a little bit closer to the drove, and this was on a faint 60-61, quite deep, as you can see. And we have here, if I can pick it up, a nice dandy button. I think they go back to the 1600s, but I need to look at that. Slightly bent, some of them were. They're very thin, but yes, not bad find at all. Speak soon. Right guys, here we are on the 30th of April. As we said on our previous video before we started, we've now live on YouTube. Not live dig as yet. We're still learning every single day. In the most incredible part of the countryside. What could you wish for more than this? Magical. Dug up a few holes. No luck whatsoever. This was not that deep down. It's a 46 smacking circle on the manticore. Again, general terrain, 0 ground balance. Noise control is at 6 today. I'm using the small coil, which I really love. And here we are. Not sure what it is. Very thin. Believe it to be, sorry about that guys, I'll get you in focus. Can't really see any detail on it as yet. Whether we can when it dries out, we'll wait and see. But let's hope it's not too long, and I'll be back on to you again. Bye for now. Well, hi guys, what can I say? The last hole was a bit of cable, and now this was a smacking 73, and we've got another coin. Job to tell what this is. It's very, very toasty, but it may dry out. I'm sure it will, with a bit of a bit of detail to come through. Keep you in the picture and let you know in the show and tell anyway. So that was a smacking 73. Not too deep really. The soil up the top here, just under the wood, is obviously a bit wetter anyway. Debs is over there in the distance. Hopefully she's finding some bits and bobs. She's down on her knees. Anyway, we'll keep in touch. Bye. Okay, I'm going to try and calm down a minute. This was my second hole of the day. The first one was so deep I couldn't get down to it. I am absolutely shaking. This was a 1992. Sometimes that comes up as just lumps of rubbish metal. On this occasion, after just digging not that deep, look, it's shining in the sun. How about that? A beautiful, beautiful silver, hammered, and I do believe it's an Elizabeth I. It's obviously been clipped a little bit, but oh my God, I am over the moon. This is the area we're digging in. Look at this. Absolutely stunning. Deb is up there under the oak tree. You probably can't see her at the moment. But this hedge line that goes down through this way is part of an old drove or Roman road, probably used for carriages that were going to London. Anyway, I won't waffle on anymore. I'm still fine. Bye for now. This was really odd actually, because it was quite a high pitch 61. When I dug it up, because the colour of it, I thought it was a 2p. But it is drying out now, and it does seem slightly bigger, and it does seem thinner. So I'm just going to wait and see what comes up.
Right, now I nearly didn't dig this, which is a bit worrying because I think of what I might have missed. Now, this was giving me a very low, dull sound. Excuse me. A very low, dull sound with a tiny little bit of iron. And I thought, well, it's probably not going to be much, but I'm just so desperate for a signal, I thought I'd dig it anyway. And I just found this. Now, this must be part of a buckle of some description, something like that. Look how shiny it is. It's really shiny. I think it's a buckle. And then it's just weird, the signal I was getting off it, it wasn't terribly banging at all. I quite like that, that's quite nice. Yeah, I'll just see if there's anything else in the hole, see what happens. Like I said, it was a bit faint. Oh yeah. Shame I got the other bit really. Weak signal. Anyway, I'll have a go, see what happens.
Well guys, from a very slow start and wondering what we were going to find to now an absolutely smashing day. 4 coins, might even be 5, not sure. And then this smacking 56, which is what normally, to be honest with you, Musketballs come up on. Quite deep, but my God, look at the size of that. Imagine that if that hit you. Absolutely huge. But I love finding Musketballs because it's always, again, another sign of life. So onwards and upwards, and we'll see what else we can find for you. Bye for now. Oh wow guys, what can one say other than had a couple more hoes along the way. Banging 96. Sometimes that can be rubbish or bits of cutlery, but look what has just come up. Wow. Let's try and get the, I think it's a half crown. I haven't got my glasses on, but look at that for a beautiful, beautiful piece of silver. Gorgeous. Bye for now.
Well, we just had a cup of tea, which I thought was hopefully going to refresh me. Refresh the parts that other bits can't reach. Jane has dug up nothing but coins. She's had a really good day today. Some lovely coins in one particular area, really. So she kindly let me come up to where she was digging, and I got one side, she's got the t'other. But I'm yet to find anything. All I found down the bottom was a button, and all I found so far up here has been just crud and bits of wire. I've just found another button. It's only plain like the normal ones, but thank goodness I got a decent signal. I mean, crumbs. Usually we get just loads of buttons, but I'm just not getting anything else. And up in there, see those trees there? There's like a little dingly dale, and it's like a path that runs all the way along there. I've just been up there and just gone all the way along it because there's also a wall, and of course that was where people hid their money. But unfortunately not in this particular wall. But hey ho. Anyway, it's a lovely day anyway. I mean, I'm not worried, but when Jane started finding so many good things, Romans and all sorts, I thought, oh, I'll have a go at that. But yeah, this is just my second button. But hey ho, the sun is shining, the birds are tweeting away, and I'm trying to top my tan up. I'll say top it up, start it. Anyway.
Okay then, guys. 2 minutes later, after the half crown, a banging 20, not too far down, thought's the button. Again, stupidly, I've not got my glasses, but I think it's either, let's move that out the way. It's either a Roman or a Celtic. I can't quite make my mind up. But wow, what an amazing, 2 finds, one after the other. Right, hi guys, dug a couple more holes, not so successful this afternoon, but then you can't expect too much, let's be honest. This was a banging 46, it was quite deep. I thought it was a silver coin to start with. Never seen a button quite like this, real silver looking. Unfortunately, I did just catch it there with the spade. But yeah, lovely little button.
Right, well I haven't been filming a lot because, to be honest, I've only found 2 buttons. The rest of it has been total crap. I think Jane's side is productive and my side isn't, unfortunately. She's had quite a lot of different stuff. It's brilliant. Musketballs and everything, and I've got 2 buttons to show for the whole day. But look at this. It's lead. So, I mean, it's hollow. It's almost like, it's shaped like a bullet. Very heavy. Very heavy indeed. So that's going to go in my scrap lead pile. Get some money for it. But it's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting shape. So if anybody knows what that is, could it be an early bullet? I don't know. Not a Scooby. Yeah, so any help appreciated. I'll put it in my special pocket anyway. Right, onwards. Right, Jane's up to about 9 coins now, and I've had 2 buttons. So it's obviously not my day today. It's not Silver Lady's day, that's for sure. But I've just found a bit of lead. Now, lead's always a good sign, apparently, because it means there's Romans around. Don't know quite why they mean that, because I would have thought it was just because they're making musketballs. But hey-ho, I'll take it. At least it spurs you on a bit to know there was life in here. So, yeah, Jane's on one today. She's doing really well, bless her. She's got a bad tootsie because she just stubbed her toe this morning. So she's not a happy bunny. But she's doing well, so hopefully that's making up for it. Yeah, onward.
Right, just had some lunch. This is the first hole, though I've walked quite a distance. Everything is so deep here and very different signals to what you would expect, as in quite high pitched for copper, which is what I've just discovered. I think this is a half P size, but everything's very toasty. We'll just have to let it dry out and see what happens. Okay guys, bye. Okay guys, I've come to just under the wood now. Next hole, I thought I'll go up the top while I can still manage it. It was a very odd signal, to be honest, quite deep, but it turns out it's a button. There you go. Another sign of life, completely intact with the loop and everything. So, yes, another nice find. It was under a slight sort of 51. But look, this is what I'm looking on now. How's that for sound? Incredible, the birds chirping away in the trees. Anyway, onwards and upwards.
Well, yay! I've got my 3rd button. It's exactly the same as all the other buttons, and not one of them's intact. I wouldn't mind if one of them was intact. No, broken on the back as well, but same old ones, which I think are military. And judging by the musket balls and stuff Jane's finding, she did say she had quite a pretty button, but I haven't seen it yet. I have to have a look in a minute when we sit and have a cup of tea. But yeah, that's my 3rd button. It's identical to the others, so what an interesting day I'm having. Not. I could have been washing my hair. Never mind, eh? Well, I was so excited. I got a 25. I know I'm not bogged down with numbers, but my God, it took me head off. I thought, oh, fantastic, I've actually got a decent signal today. Flipping bottle top. I mean, really? After all the effort I've put in today, someone up there must be not smiling at me today. So, all I want to do is find a coin. Something other than a button. You know, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Don't ask for much.
Okay, guys. Next hoe. A big round smacking signal, and I thought it was a big piece of copper or something. But no. Yet again. Another coin. Till I get it back and cleaned up, I can't honestly tell you, but he's owed. He's definitely an owed one. Okay. Bye for now.
Hooray! Blimey, it's taken long enough. I saw that and I thought, oh wow, button. Sorry, coin. No, it's a button. But it's bigger than the other ones, so they're a bit different, and it's intact. Yay! So it's still an old one, but nothing pretty on it at all, I'm afraid. Oh, at least it broke the chain of tiny buttons that are just plain. It's nice to have something a bit more interesting, but yeah, not very exciting.
Okay, so here we are again. Dug a couple of holes. We've just had some lunch. I don't know how much longer I keep going. My poor old toe is throbbing a fair bit now. But same signal as always. This was a smacking 54. Quite deep. And there you go. Another lovely musketball. Same size, big. So there was obviously some activity around here. The other one was quite a way across, but definitely signs of life. Okay, guys. Next hoe in this bottom field. First one, banging 83. This one, banging 53. And again, we've got a coin. So odd, you see. You never really know, and yet they look identical in colour and everything. But two completely different signals. And about the same distance in the hole, I would say. So, there we go, lads. Bye for now. Okay, guys, I've just had a bit of a break and decided to go into the other field rather than on a slope on level ground. And first hoe, 80, banging 80, not too deep. And there we go, a penny. Until I get these pennies back, like everything else, the best thing to do is let them dry right out, then rub them with your finger or very, very light brush, and then hopefully we should be able to see what it is. Bye for now. Right, okay guys, this is the next one. There was a fair gap in between. Banging 38, which is like a button, not that deep. Never dug anything like this up in my life. As you can see, it's quite ornate. Can't get the angle right really, but 100% a button. Large, very fancy. Somebody had some money that wore this button for certain. Like I said, I presume that's what it is. I've never seen anything like it. The silvery bits, although you've got a job to tell, silver looking bits are quite scripted around it and sort of hexagonal shape with the outer bit with holes in. So very exciting, lovely find. Now just have to look into it and see exactly what it's all about. Bye for now. Working my way back to the car, banging 32, normally signs of buttons, and that's what it is. So I don't always film buttons, but it's a little 4-holer. And it's another find anyway, that's the main thing. So bye for now.
Yeah, you know, I was saying how lucky Jane is today. She's done really, really well. She's got, well, I think she's lost count of all the coins. Jane just come over to see me, and a bit of her luck rubbed off because I was doing this hole and I was in so much pain. I was like, I got to carry on digging it, but I really don't want to because it was a really weird signal, 38, really high pitched, but not what I would say a good signal, but just weird. So I got to dig it, haven't you? So, and I got a cartwheel penny, and 1797. 1797. Ta-da!
That's the only year they were made.
It's the only year that they were made because they are so heavy. Look how thick that is. My goodness. Yeah. I can't see anything on there at the moment, but it's, like I say, 1797, so it's very old.
A little edge that goes right round.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's the old Britannia.
Okay.
On one side, but I just can't remember. But definitely that is a Cartwheel Penny. That's why your signal was so high and different.
What's it made of, do you reckon, then? Just crud?
Well, a mixture of stuff. Like
I was going to say it's...
then. But I mean...
It's a signal I'd never get.
Yeah,
That's why I had to dig it.
Because of the size of it.
I got to dig it.
It's because of the size of
it. Fabulous. Because Jane was on about coming back in this field, and I said, "Do you really want to come back in here? It's crap." But she's done really, really well. Yeah, we have only just, we haven't been up.
We just been up on the field.
This is the other field. So we were in that field over there, first thing, and we just come in down this gateway, and we just come in here. Jane went round that hedgerow and found loads. And I've just come all the way along here, and this is where I found the lead. And I was just wandering over to see if I could find Jane. And I had, like I said, I had the weird signal and thought I'm going to have to dig it no matter what. So I'm so glad I did. Sorry, love?
I found 2 coins in this field. And I found very, very...
oh yeah, I want to see that button.
And it might even be a brooch.
Oh wow.
That's all in the bottom of this field.
I'll come back now. I was just losing the will to live. I was like, 3 buttons and none of them are intact.
I can understand.
Such a mixture of different things you found. Roman, which is a totally different era. What's Roman or Celtic, wasn't it?
1940.
1914.
Wasn't it?
George V.
Yeah.
Yeah, so fabulous. And a spoon, half a spoon. You broke the other. Did you get the other bit out?
It's all to get it's a whole one, but it's broken.
Was it silver?
I think it might be.
Oh right, wow. So there must have been a house, or perhaps they used it to eat some food. Yeah, having a picnic. Yeah, so I'll come back now. Now I found me coin, restored me faith.
We can start when we get the next time.
That slope.
Up on the slope.
Yeah.
And work our way down.
Yeah.
To this bit.
Yeah. It's just so lovely here.
Really.
Anyway, so I'm going to go back now because I'm gasping for a drink. And Jane's had enough because, like I said, her tootsie's bad. So we're going to make our way back and come back another day. I've got a bit of a tan today. Me freckles have joined up a bit today.
Red, love. Your shoulders are bright red.
I got a tan.
They're red, love.
All right.
Your shoulders especially are really red.
Okay, I'll take that. Oh, thank you for restoring my faith, angels.
You've had really good days when I've had bad days.
Yeah.
You know, you had a real run on the silver and I was getting nothing.
Yeah.
It's the way it goes, isn't it?
I'm not silver lady today, that's for sure. I haven't got me crown today. Well, I'm chuffed with that coin because I said, angels, please give me a coin or something other than a bloody button. And I said, I don't even mind getting a button if it's different than the ones I got. Yeah, well, and then I got a bigger button and I'm thinking I should have asked for a pattern one or something. Wow.
It's got like pattern. I don't know if it's a button or a
button.
Yeah,
well, got one little thing on the back.
Yeah, only one there. But
oh, how dainty is that?
Isn't that different?
That's lovely.
Somebody had a lot of money because that's a dandy button. So they were trying to be really...
What do you mean they had a dandy button and they put pattern on it?
No. What it is, it's the size makes it a dandy button. But the more ornate... The better it was. The bigger your button, the more ornate, the better off you were.
Oh wow, a lot of work's gone into that.
It has actually. When it came out, to start with, I only seen the edge and I thought, oh, it's one of those cogs.
Tender bits, being a fair maiden.
I love it. It always reminds me of holiday.
What?
Smell of suntan lotion.
I put some TCP on me. I got bitten last night and I thought, don't you dare.
Don't you even
So I put TCP on it.
Yeah.
And when Simon gave me a kiss goodnight, he went, oh, you smell just like your gran.
Actually,
you know what it's like when you go in a nursing home?
He is right, because my nan used to smell of that. What's going on in here? In case something is crawling around in here.
You don't want a bug.
I don't want to let it...
You don't want a bug. probably crawled back down now.
That's May ones.
Look at that.
They fly for one day and die.
Oh, poor little man.
I know.
Okay, welcome to day 3. Welcome to Treasure Tracers.
Welcome.
Today we're on the levels again, just outside Somerton. And we got some new fields. Now, the last time we came in this field, Jane had broken her toe. So I don't know if we remember.
It's still broken.
It's still broken because it hasn't been fixed, obviously. She's got it well strapped up, but she did have a pair of walking shoes on and they were becoming unbearable. So yeah, we stopped. But,
well, we didn't
stop.
No, because it was 4 o'clock.
Wasn't it? Yeah. And if you remember, Jane came into the field. Actually, I don't know if I filmed that bit, but Jane came in the field and went, "Oh, shall I see if we can come back?" And at that point, I'd only found 2 buttons, so I wasn't very enthusiastic. But I was in the middle of digging a hole when Jane came over and said that. So I carried on digging. It was about that deep, wasn't it? I was determined, you know what I'm like, determined just to get this last
little
thing,
bit.
even if it was just a blicking nail. I just wanted to do it.
Say no
we
more.
went. And then I pulled out a Cartwheel Penny. And I said to Jane, okay, we'll come back then.
Well, bearing in mind, I found a florin.
Oh, you found
a
9
Roman
coins.
coin and other coins and that beautiful, we're not
Buckle
sure
thingy.
whether it's a button
It was
or a
stunning, wasn't
brooch
it?
or what it is, but
So Jane was having a good day, basically, and I had probably one of my worst days, so I was a little bit fed up. But Jane had a super duper day, so that's why we're back.
even with a broken toe,
Even with toe.
stopping a lot, I still managed to do
Yeah.
it. So we're going to start by going through this gate here and do the top bit and work our way down, and then hopefully we'll be able to show you some nice treasures a bit later on.
Yeah.
So,
but they call it the summer pass because it was the only road they could do to London that wasn't flooded, so they had to do it in the summer. That's why it's called the summer pass, because this whole area is
constantly
underwater,
flooded through the winter.
so that's why we have to make the most of it when it's nice weather, because we can get in.
We are really, really lucky to have what we've got.
And to be honest, a day like this, it's just the perfect hobby to have.
Yeah.
Because you're getting out, getting a bit of vitamin D. It's interesting. You can go at your own pace.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we struggle and then we just have a break.
Yeah.
And then get going again. You don't have to look at the clock. You know, you haven't got to worry about what time it is or whatever. You just carry on going. So if you just take your time, it's like we're both in a lot of pain. Just pace yourself. It is the perfect thing, because if you do half an hour and you're really hurting, sit down and have a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Or in Jane's case, have a sandwich, a packet of crisps, bit of chocolate.
No, not all the time.
I suppose you can get going again with all that food.
You
inside
do need to eat. It's important to keep eating and
That's
drinking.
what she tells herself.
That's part of the nice bit about it, really. Just sitting in the
She has
middle
a
of
picnic every time she comes out.
Oh yes, I love my food, as you can probably tell. 2-ton Tessie. I was on a diet which lasted about 2 weeks, and I'm back up to where I started.
Oh yeah, what happened to that?
I have no idea.
You cut out everything. You
Yeah.
said, oh, I'm losing weight.
Oh, I did, but then Easter came along, didn't it?
Well, you know.
And then I went.
Inconvenient.
I'm out twice on Friday. I'm out to lunch with Sarah at lunch.
That's what I'm going to say to the diabetic nurse when she rings me next week. Well, it was Easter. Because she took on my notes last time, it was that I eat too much chocolate. I mean, Simon had sugar in his tea. You know, I don't have any of that.
No, I don't.
I don't have sugar on my cereal.
No.
I don't have nothing like that. So if I can't have a bit of chocolate at the end of the day, there's something wrong, isn't there? Buying it and hiding it. It's like I had a little square of
Does he
dark
know
chocolate.
that though?
Oh yeah, yeah. So I started on the dark chocolate last night. I thought, oh, I'll have a little bit. You know, sometimes you just need a little bit of sweet, don't you? So Simon goes, did you want some Cadbury's? I went, I didn't think we had any. I've got another 8 hidden around the house somewhere. So I'm up against it, ain't I?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I
you
just
are.
feebly went, oh yes,
I guess we ought to do some
we ought
work.
to better get on with something, shouldn't we? Really?
hopefully we should be finding some treasures and we'll be able to show you some later.
I feel a horde coming on.
Oh, again? You say that every time.
And when I said it last time, you ended up being part of it.
Oh, well.
So don't grumble.
Okay.
Thank you.
Anyway.
Right,
What do we say?
Keep digging!
Alright guys, it's the 7th of May 2025. We're back down on John Perrin's land at Wick, along by the wood, and it fields on again on the summer pass. Been up round the wood, and last time they filled across was where I was finding most things, but never had, well, 4 signals, 3 iron and 1 foil. So I've made my way down to the bottom, complete opposites to the field next door. Signal 38, all right, it's only a button, but at least it's something. So yes, 2-hole button. Okay guys, bye. Quite a bit further on again. Such weird signals, it really is. Anyway, nearly back to where we're seated, and this was a very faint 41, which I'm not surprised. After digging all of this, as you can see, like every hole, we ended up with this little button. Couldn't be much smaller, that's possibly why. It was just a little faint one, but at least it's something, and always a sign of life, which is really good. All right, we'll see how we go from here. Bye for now. Okay, guys, let me glove in my mouth. Really struggling now. So disappointed in this field. As you can see it looks prime territory, and it is all ranking off for its land. At least it came out in 1 hose. I hope this is going to be all right. I'm backing onto the wind. It's really got up now as well. Anyway, this was a 72, which is about right. And what we have here is a new 1 pence. Okay, guys. Bye. Right, I'm just trying to keep the wind behind me. Like I said, I'm just making my way back to the car. And why is it that every time you try and make your way back to the car, you start getting loads of signals? You know what I just found? Isn't that just beautiful? Wow. Just under the surface it was as well. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, do you remember the first day I came in here, I found nothing apart from like 3 buttons. And then right at the last minute, I found that Cartwheel Penny. And I was thinking, I wasn't holding out much hope when we came in again today. But oh my goodness, how I've been proved wrong. Slow start, but now I'm making my way back to the car. I start finding things. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Fantastic. Right, on our way back to the car now, gradually, making our way back. Oh, it's just been a beautiful day here today. Real mixture of things actually. Now, I nearly didn't dig this hole because it was a bit blippy, which normally I don't dig because it usually means there's iron or a load of crud under there. But I thought I will dig it because it had sort of more of a good signal than a bad signal. And I got a lovely 4-hole button. It's quite an old one, I think. Can't see any writing on there at the moment. There might be a little pattern. But yeah, see, I nearly didn't dig it. You know? Oh, and then you think, how many more have I missed today? Because I've been sort of thinking, oh no, it's crud. Oh, because it's very difficult, because in this field there's like pockets of minerals, if that makes sense. So a lot of the areas you haven't even got an iron signal at all, and then in other areas you've got loads of iron signals, so you can't really trust them if you're trying to cancel out the iron. So yeah, pleased with that. Right, so just had a nice cup of tea, bit of refreshment, keep us going. Sorry about the helicopter. I've just found this huge chunk of lead. God, it weighs a ton. Almost looks like a plumb bob. You know when you got a bit of string, oh it could be, you know you got a bit of string that comes out of it, and then when you're wallpapering you let it drop and it tells you if your wallpaper's straight or not. That's what they call a plumb bob, if you didn't know. Can't see any, oh actually is there a pattern? No, I don't think so. Go away helicopter, please.
Nice find, so that'll go in my lead pile. Might have enough to go on hollybobs, you never know. I've got half a bucket so far. Half a big bucket, so it's looking good.
I've done 8,000 steps today.
Wow.
Already.
I did 15,000 yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
On that long walk. Come here, Blast. Where do I put it? Right. Oh, sorry.
Right, it's time for me playing Chris with me Ribena, like we used to have when we were kids.
So I was going to go away for a weekend's writing course. Like, you know, they say everyone's got a book in them, haven't they? And the writers of Shameless were some of the people that taught you.
Oh my God,
that
was Alan's favourite programme.
And I fancy writing a script.
Yeah, I like programmes. I like learning.
Yeah, I do.
But I've gone past wanting to go and do something intense.
Yeah.
I like to learn like we're doing
this. Just go
this.
in a caravan instead then.
Yeah,
Intense.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, we'll put that to one side.
Well, just coming across again, I decided to come over to do a bit that Jane had already done. Just to sort of do it thoroughly, really, just so we can draw a line under it. And I've just found a silver shilling. How lovely. George V, 1921. So that's 100 years old, 104 years old. There you go. It's got like a crown and a lion on it. They come out the ground just as clear as a winning. Absolutely amazing when you think about it. Sorry, my phone doesn't seem to focus very well, I'm afraid. What if I do it that way instead? No. Oh, I don't think you can see it very well. It's really, really clear because it just looks like it's just been minted. So yeah, silver shilling. Lovely. I don't know what the silver content is, but it must be quite high because this is just, looks like it's just been minted. Fabulous. Great. Right, so like I said, I'm working my way down to the field. Jane's all the way down there. Hang on. Give us a wave! Oh, she's on the phone. And every time she's on the phone, she's on there for at least half an hour, so I won't hold my breath. Yeah, and I won't get very much. I just got that big button. Oh, listen to that wind through the trees. It's just magical. I don't know if you can hear that. So if you close your eyes, you think you're at the seaside with the waves crashing. Oh, it's just lovely. Anyway, I just found a coin. Yeah. Only trouble is, it's very, very toasted. It's probably half a penny. Yeah, I can't see anything on there. If you get, if you get coins like this that are like quite toasted, I don't know if you can see already, but as it's drying, you can see the writing appearing around that side, and then I can almost see a head. So when you get something like this, don't rub it, just literally leave it in the sun to dry out, and then use a little baby toothbrush. Well, this is what I do, little baby toothbrush. But can you see, just as it's drying, you can see it's a man. I think this is William III. See, he's got a little bow at the back of his head. Don't do too out of focusing. But even as I'm sat here, oh, what's my headphones gone off? My headphones have just gone off. Creepy. They just went do. They only do that when I turn them off. Oh, I hope they were charging. I put them on charge last night. Anyway, that's by the by. As I'm literally stood here now, you can see the head, the neck, some writing, and you can see there's like two little bits of a bow. Because obviously they used to wear their, like, used to put pretty things in their hair, the men did in those days, didn't they? Yeah, so just wait for it to dry, be patient, don't rub it, and put it in your special pocket, and then you'll see it just come to life. And then when it's totally dry, and I mean totally dry, you then, once you've just got some of the dirt off with a very fine baby comb, God, Deb, sort yourself out. Right, so once you've gone over it with a little baby brush, you can then just use the oil from your fingers to gently go around, and you'll suddenly see it come to life. It's almost like magic. So I'm going to put that on my chair so it can dry out in the sun. Don't hold out a lot of hope for the other side. But yeah, fantastic. At least I got a coin. Phew. I was beginning to think I wasn't going to find anything on this hill. Fabulous. Right, I've just come into the field. There's the gateway there. Just come in. It's a bit hard to dig actually. I just found a tiny bit of a button, look. Oh, what a shame. So I'm trying to get out of the wind. Oh, it's only one of those plain ones, but it wasn't me that broke it. I think that's why it fell off someone's clothes. Right, now this is unusual. In this, literally next door to it, I had to dig another hole directly next to it when I was checking my hole, and I got this. Now, I can't work out if it's lead or not, but it's got a pattern going up through the middle. I don't know if you can see that. Let's have a look. And it's got it the other side as well. No idea what that is. I mean, it could be part of a... Oh, actually, no, it's not. I thought it might be part of a Jubilee clip, you know, because it's striated, isn't it? But no, it's unusual. It's like two things sandwiched together, but there's patterns, so I've never had anything like that before. Yeah, really unusual, and it's right next door, so always check your hole. Oh, God. Wow. I've just finished doing the bottom of that field there. So I just finished off the square. I had a really deep hole and it was going on forever, so I just gave it up. In fact, there was two of them like that. Just gave them up in the end. Banging signals, but I just could not dig down anymore. And I've just come into the actual main field. Oh, and I just scraped it with my flipping thing. I got hammered. Look at it. I haven't even looked yet properly myself. Let's have a look. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Now, it could be Elizabeth because they didn't like Elizabeth the first, so they scratched her face out on a lot of coins. Oh, my goodness. Oh, look at that. Oh, why did I scratch it with my flipping spade? Right, let's see if I can get a date. Do you know, I think that is Elizabeth. I'm sure that says TH. Oh no, hang on. Let's get the wind behind me. FAE. Of course, I suppose it's Latin, isn't it? Right, let's have a look at the other side then. Ooh, I don't know. It's got a lovely coat of arms on there. Oh, sorry, I'm doing it all in a... Sorry, I'm so excited. I'm doing it all in me. On my own some. It's got a lovely coat of arms. Can't quite make out the writing. It's got a star down the bottom. There. Coat of arms. Oh, it must go that way, I think. Yeah, so you've got a star at the top. Then you've got a coat of arms. Heart, but down the bottom left. So whether it's Irish, I'm not sure. Look at it, though. And they did use to scratch out the face of Elizabeth I because they really didn't like her. I do not know why. I need to do a bit of reading up on it. Now that could be Elizabeth there, but written in Old English, if you know what I mean. F-R-A-E-T-H. Like Elspeth or something like that. Yeah, I can't see a face on there at all. Oh, that is just so fab. I can't wait to show Jane that. That's lovely. And the detail on the other side is just brilliant. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's funny light today. Oh, just amazing. Absolutely amazing. Oh, fab. It's going in my special pocket. Right, next hole on from the hammered. Another signal that took me head off. And I was thinking it might be another hammered. But it's a lovely bit of a buckle. Now, this gave out an absolutely cracking signal I don't usually get them on such a good signal. Well, they're good signal, don't get me wrong, but not usually as high pitched as this one was, because this was like the same as what the silver hammered was. It was like piercing, like well, can't go that high, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so normally we get these on a good signal, but not as high. So I was very surprised. I half expected it to be a coin, but we like a buckle. Unfortunately, it's not very, not really ornate or anything, but things can change when they've been cleaned up. Probably made of brass, but yeah, lovely find. We love buckles anyway. Fabulous. I've been going along. I'm just going to show you, I know it might be a bit windy, but I'm going to show you where we are. Jane's down there somewhere. It's just beautiful. Can you imagine having a house here? Uninterrupted views, how lovely. And then we've got the lovely wood behind. Absolutely smashing. Well, I've been going along this way methodically, going like this all the way along, because Jane's got one half and I've got the other. And I went up and down about 5 times with no signals at all, which is very unusual. And then I suddenly got a signal and I thought, oh, thank goodness for that. And I got a big button. Now normally we get the little buttons, which are just plain, but this is one of the bigger buttons. So I was beginning to worry that there wasn't any life at all up here. So at least there is. Because the first hole I did right down at the bottom of the field, I got a button the first thing, even though it was snapped off on one of the corners. I can have a corner on a button. Sorry. I'll rephrase that. Yeah. So the one that was sort of not complete, put it that way. And this is really, apart from some aluminium, this is really all I've got. Oh, sugar. Oh, Debbie.
Anyway, guys, it's the 17th of April, I think. No,
May even.
17th of May even, actually. I should know that's my daughter's birthday.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Doesn't it ever? We're
Getting
back
already.
in such a beautiful area again, just below the woods. We've got a couple
Forest.
more.
We've now decided it's a
Sorry.
forest.
Yeah, because she makes me laugh because she calls 4 trees a forest. But there you go.
But she said to me as we were driving along, she went, oh, look at that ridge there with the, in that wood, beautiful. And I went, surely that is now a forest, because you can see it all the way along when we're driving, see? Oh, I'll grant you that.
Yeah,
then.
I'll grant you
I'll
that.
grant you
It
that
is
one,
stunning.
then.
It really is stunning down here at Wick.
Yeah, so welcome to the channel.
Yes, and we've done a few fields. I'd bring my Mini anywhere, poor thing. We went in one hell of a rut just now. I thought it was going to conk out on me.
It is rock hard here. The
It's like
cracks
cement.
look like we've had a earthquake.
I watched a YouTube channel this morning, in a Somerset one, and they were saying the same. It is like cement.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we've come into 2 big fields that we've already done, and we've more or less done the next big field. But I've just found out this morning, I phoned the farmer and we can go into a couple others down here. We'll see how we get on. Obviously, it depends just how rock hard it is. We might not even be able to get our spades in today. Well, we will have to see, because it is arm breaking if it's that bad.
Yeah.
But
Jane's toe's better.
Yes.
A bit better, so we're all right
Yes,
today.
we are getting there. I mean, well, it's still intact anyway. I haven't fallen off
Still
yet.
there. And dropped off yet.
So we're going to hope that we can manage to dig today, and that we will find some treasure. We found some bits and bobs down here, definitely.
I found that lovely big hammer, didn't I?
Yeah, and I found a hammer
Last
down
time.
here, didn't I?
On the way back to the car. It's usually when I'm on the way back to the car,
Yeah,
I start getting signals.
yeah, always.
And as Jane knows, I can't leave them.
Oh, God. I'll be there in a minute. I'm
Yeah,
coming.
my detector doesn't go, dig me,
It
or
doesn't
don't dig
go
me.
dig me.
It does pretty much. If it's
No,
on the centre line, dig me.
I go by the tone.
You still go by the tone?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, okay, I'll let you off.
Because your numbers and all sorts, even on the screen, it still doesn't tell you enough. I mean,
Because this woman stopped me the other day, right? I was in a gateway. That day I was losing the will to live. I don't know, I was in a lot of pain and I just wasn't feeling it. and I was in a gateway, and they're lethal anyway, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
Because you get some cracking signal.
That's why I don't do it.
And it was rock hard. I got my little spade out, and I was literally trying to do it, and it was coming out like 1 teaspoon.
Yeah, I know, that's the
time.
problem.
It was that bad.
I don't know. I've lost.
Anyway, and then this woman came over with a dais.
Yeah.
And she went, do you want me to have a look for you? So she went, no, don't bother digging it. Because I said to the farmers, is there a fridge under here or something? Because she was going, trying to think what my dad did now. And I think the fact she had to think about it. Because remember we were talking to John's dad.
Yeah.
And he said, there's some washing machines.
Oh yeah.
And he lost his slough, didn't he? It
Yeah.
just sunk through the silt so he couldn't get it back.
Even
And you
if
think,
you had a manticore, you would still dig everything.
well, with me,
Because you're terrible.
I know.
You know, you're
But
she thinks a blooming fork is a sword. And stuff like, I better dig it. Dig it.
Could be a horde, could be a Viking dagger. She does about 40,000 steps a day, I do about 10.
Yeah, and that's the difference. You must look at your noise control frequently. It is important because the ground varies a lot in the same field.
And if you're on a dig with lots of other people, like...
Oh yeah, you
when
need
we
to
were
change
up
your
to
noise
Noble.
control because you'll be
so many
picking up
times.
so many other frequencies from other people,
Yeah.
so you need to
And
do
you're on
the
a path, like say if I was going up the side of this hedge, and then someone would just go
straight
in front of you, and you think,
That happens all the time.
ignorant.
I know. It really does happen.
And then you've got to
all-
wait for them to leave before, because your detector's
Well,
going to go...
what I'm inclined to do is just carry on and start going really close
Overtake
to them.
them.
Yeah, I've done that many a time
cut 'em
lately.
in.
Yeah, they blow it. You've just done it to me.
Yeah, so it's hopefully going to be a really good day today. The sun is shining. It was really cold this morning. I felt
It's
really,
already
really
bloody
cold.
hot.
But
Excuse
God,
my
it's already
language.
lovely. So I've got my sleeves up. So I'm going to get my suntan lotion on.
Fingers crossed, we'll be
Yeah,
able to
fingers
share some
crossed.
bits of treasure with you soon today.
Yeah.
So,
Keep digging. Right, so I'll just show you around as to where we are today. Absolutely stunning. Absolutely lovely. There's the forest. Jane's over in that field over there. This is a new field for us. I'm just making my way down into the new part that we can go to through that gap. And I've been digging, I suppose I've had 3 holes that I've actually dug. And I finally got something, even though it is boring, pretty boring, a button, plain button. But it's the first find of today, so it's always special when you get your first one. So fab.
the last one was a very high pitch 60. That can vary what that is. So I always dig it, but it was just a big clump of folded metal. But the next one on again on a 35. I think I've got the whole shirt. Another 4-hoe button. They all seem to be about the same. So never mind, at least we're finding something. See you soon.
Well, I haven't come very far. Just take you in the wind a minute. I'm trying to concentrate my search all around here because there seems to be some really good signals. And so far I found 2 buckles and a button, all within the same little area. I found 1 little nail as well. And I've just dug a coin up. Unfortunately, it's well toasted. It's probably a halfpenny. Might be able to get something on it later. But a coin, two buckles, a button and a coin, all in the last half an hour. Brilliant. I'm on a roll, baby. Right, well, I haven't had anything for a while, and we just stopped and had a cup of tea. So I'm fully refreshed with Yorkshire. Other teas are available. And I looked at that and I thought it was a button. Unfortunately, it's a button. Sorry, I looked at that, I thought it was a coin, but it's not, it's a button. But it's still quite nice. It's still intact, look, how lovely. Not many you find that are intact. I don't think there's any pattern on the front, just a plain one. But after not having a signal for a while, you know, if you get a button, yeah, hey. Actually, do you know what? I reckon it's one of those ones that, yeah, it's got writing round it. Now, I've had one of these before, and it's had a company in London, and had, I can't remember, it's like something like Whitworths of London or something like that. So I reckon the word, I can see the wording already starting to come through there. I doubt if you can see that. Yeah, I can see the writing. You literally, as I'm stood here, I can see more and more and more writing. So I just let that dry out and then have a looky-see. But I wouldn't be surprised if it said London. I think I can see London already. Yeah, so it would be quite interesting. I don't know if they're military or what they are, but I'll have to look into it, because we have had a couple of these before, like out Wayford. Yeah, lovely. Right, I've just done this one. I mean, that like I said, I had hardly any signals for ages, any decent signals, and I just had that button up, literally 3 foot away from this hole. So I might have hit a hot spot, hopefully, and I just thought I'd get out with you because I'm sure it's there. I think it might be a buckle. So I decided I better go gently, Bentley. Okay, so let's go in. I'm going in. Very stony. I'm so glad it wasn't much deeper. Got to do it a bit gently. I don't do gently. Everything I do is... Ooh, so dry as well, you know. But, oh, it's missing the other bit, isn't it? Oh, how lovely is that? Oh, that is so well preserved. Isn't it a shame it's not got the middle bit? Well, I presume it's a buckle. I mean, it looks like a buckle, doesn't it? Don't think it's very... Yeah, it's not ornate or anything, but how sweet. So let's have a look, see if Percy can find the other bit. Yeah. I forgot the spade out of the way, haven't it? Nah. Alright, Wormy, don't worry. Not going to hurt you. Yeah, oh, still a nice find. Just would have been nice if it was intact. So well preserved. See, down here, this is normally underwater. Because it's the levels in Somerset. So a lot of stuff is underwater for a lot of the year. That's why we can't come here very often. But you wouldn't believe how hard it was. You'd think with all that water that must still be in there somewhere. How hard it is compared with what you think it's going to be. So that's 2 things, and the last 2 holes I put in my special pocket. So maybe it was a house here or something. I don't know, and I don't know what era or what. So it'd be interesting to see what Jane's found in the other field behind me. So I'm just going to make my way down, sort of diagonally, into that little gap in the hedge and see what else I can find.
Right, we've just had some lunch. Both of us a bit peeved off, finding buttons and things, but nothing really to talk home about. This is my second hoe since lunch. A banging 35. And guess what we've got? Yet again, another 4-hoe button. Now, this is nowhere near where the other ones were, so I'm not sure quite what was going on here. We'll just wait and see what else may come up.
I'm a lover of hedges because people throw stuff in hedges and stuff. But this area here going along, excuse the wind if there's any, going all the way along. Right, it's going to get windy, right? Over there, that was called the Summer Pass. And I thought I'd just stick me metal detector in there and just see if there's a signal. And I had a signal. I thought I'm going to dig it, even though I've been scratched to hell by the hawthorn. And look what I found. I reckon that's like a lady's hair grip. Isn't it lovely? I mean, obviously it's come off some of it. How pretty is that? Absolutely lovely. The reason I'm saying that is because it's got the prongs there, you know, so it looks like it, doesn't it? And I did have another little bit, which I think must have been something that chopped off here, but I've lost it. I'll have another look in a minute. But isn't that lovely? How different is that? And that's just by sticking me metal detector in that little bit of the hedge. Because on this farm, when the metal detectorists came about 10 years ago, they found a Bronze Age axe just chucked in the hedge. So you never know, do you? And I always think, you know, going along this Summer Pass bit, you might have had kids running around, things like that, and people threw money at them, or that's me romantic side coming out and dreaming up all these things. But we think further on that way, there was an inn, because we've started finding, you know, spoons and bits of beer barrels and things like that. So we think that was an inn way back when. But isn't that lovely? That's find of the day in my book. Yes, I'm going to have another look, see if I can get any more out of it. See if I can find the other bits. Fab. Right, you know I was saying I think I got a hot spot? Well, literally 4 foot away from the other hole, I got a really good signal. So whether it was a bonfire site, you know, sometimes you hit the bonfire site, although it doesn't look like they've been burnt. I've just literally uncovered the most beautiful buckle. Look at that. Oh, I love a buckle. Isn't that pretty? I think that's the way it's supposed to be. See if there's a pattern on there. Don't think there is. Not much anyway. Oh, how beautiful. Look at the shape of it. That is just lovely. Oh, I love buckles. 2 in the last 5 minutes. Amazing. So you just don't know. Sometimes you come across hot spots like this that just keep giving. Oh, fab. Okay, so we've just come into the field that we actually drive in through. Just take you around, might be a little bit windy. There's Jane with her bum in the air. Wave your bum. I won't do a close-up. First hole in this field, as you can see the ground is very, very, very long. I've just had a farthing. George Farthing. I think it's George, hang on. Is that George? Looks like a George. Yeah, George the 5th, yeah. Lovely. Look how clear it is. Marvellous. What year is it? They always do it so tiny, don't they, down the bottom? 1914. Oh, lovely. 1914.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so when you think that's over 100 years old and it's just come out of the ground like that, lovely, isn't it? No, there he is in all his splendour. Georgie Porgy. Lovely. Can't see where my detector is. No. There he is. Fabulous. Bit of life here. Oh. Right, well, that was my first hole there, and I've just dug here. I got another coin. Unfortunately, a bit toasted. Oh, I don't know. Hang on. Aha. See, when I got out of the ground, there was nothing there at all, and now it's just coming to life. I can see someone's head now. I don't know if you can make that out. Sorry, get you in the sun. Get you in the sun. You in the sun. There you go. You can see a head. Some writing bits well fried. Just about make out Britannia. I don't want to rub it too much, but it's not too bad. So yeah, I bet by the time I get home there'll be some. See, if you look, even by just doing that with a bit of oil in my hands, I think it's George. Look, see, that's how quick it can just come to life. If I do it like that, you can definitely see it's facing left. Hopefully you can anyway. Yeah, halfpenny I expect. Yeah, lovely. My God. So I'll carry on and see if there's any more around, because it might be a purse spill. Fab. Right, Jane's over there having a go at her detector for being stupid. It does help to talk to your tools, because then at least they look after you if they're doing well. Now, I think it is a purse spill, because I dug there, then I dug there, and I've just dug here, and I've got a threepenny piece. George again. Definitely a coin spill. Oh, someone would have really missed that. That was probably their wages for the week. I don't know though. I don't know if it is George actually. Hang on a sec. If it is, it's a very young one. Threepence. I remember these. Showing me age. Oh, can't see it on there. Can't see it at the moment. Yeah, George. But someone told me the other day that even though it says Georgius, that can be loads of other kings as well, but I don't know how true that is. Yeah, it could be a very young George V. How lovely. I'm doing well here. Glad I started these holes. That was a lovely signal. Of course it's copper, isn't it? So it would be lovely. Right, I'm going to carry on round here, see what else I can get. I bet it's all going to be George, but it's just not a problem. I don't mind a bit of George. Because it's, oh, what have I done with me? Little spade. Hello, where's my little spade? Oh, God. Where's me? Oh, baby Sam, where are you? Oh, God, I've lost my bloody spade now. Sorry, bouncing up and down. I'll have to get my metal detector out and see if I can find it. I will have another check in there just to see if there is anything else in a minute. Bear with me. No, I think that's being greedy. Never mind, there might be another hole yet. So, fab. That was me. Alright, baby.
Right, here we are
Oh.
at the end of a crap day. For me, Debs has done alright, but
Only because I found the coin spill.
I got a
coin spill, purse spill, I mean.
I got a musketball, a very pretty little locket, but I really don't know what it's made out of. A buckle, but again, nothing to, and a couple of things I don't know, and a halfpenny, but absolute. For the hours, the digging, the walking, the steps I've done, hard ground.
Yeah, it's all good, love. It's exercise, isn't it?
Boiling hot. So, yeah.
And I'm glad I stuck my detector in the hedge.
Yeah.
Because for once it's actually come to something rather than barbed wire.
Bit of a buckle.
Bit of a buckle.
But yes.
Pretty well.
Debs, you can say what you found.
I found a purse bill which is a threepenny bit, a farthing, a halfpenny, and I think there's more over there, but we're tired now. So
yeah, we put in another full day today, and it's been hard digging at times. The ground is exceptionally hard in places. So we've now come to the end of the day. I'm afraid
we're both looking frazzled.
Absolutely. I cannot wait to get in the shower.
Oh,
but there's my big lead weight like yours with the crown on.
Oh, right. Oh,
do you see what I mean? They've got crowns on. But he was huge. He was Cartwheel Penny size.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Ever
What
so
did he
heavy.
weigh then?
Heavy.
What did he weigh?
Heavy.
No, I mean, what? Yeah, what coin?
Oh, I don't know.
Because when did they use these weights?
I don't.
What period?
I'm not sure when they were introduced. I really don't.
They come in all different sizes,
but obviously, I didn't know that all of them had a crown on them.
I didn't know all of them.
But obviously they must do, because he said, oh, it's got the crown on it. And I thought, well...
Perhaps that's the proof. He did say I might have a fleur-de-lis on mine, didn't he?
Yes, he did, didn't he? He was talking about fleur-de-lis.
They must have had such ornate stuff on their horses.
Oh, they did.
You know, it must
have
been...
They did. They were really... Their horses were... Well, part of their armour type thing, weren't they? So
beautifully.
So everything that was on their horses was...
And when you think, though, in a time of war, you'd think that's the least of their worries. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think they had to have certain things, like we all do, that serve a purpose. Or, you know, you're off to war, you're going to into
go
battle.
Out, I suppose you want to go out
and you want to go. Yeah. I do think there's a bit of that in that, because
that could be right.
The people that were the higher up they were, the hierarchy, their horses were so ornate.
Yeah.
And the same with the armour and everything.
Mm.
The more money, the more important you were, the more
protection you had. Because you protected your horses as well, didn't you? You had chainmail around their heads and all sorts.
And especially because they would be after the top dog straight away. And so he's going to be the one. He may be almost giving himself away in a way, really. Here I am. I'm the
one with the crown on and the silver armour.
Oh, look at that. Come off my face.
Dirty cow.
Amazing.
It gets everywhere, doesn't it?
Yeah, get here, I noticed.
I know, obviously, when you're sweaty bits, when it's dry mud.
Yeah, well,
it's like dust. Especially with suntan lotion on.
In the dust.
You find that it just clings to your suntan lotion.
I have to wash all my clothes every time, because you just...
Well, you get so much down your bloody top.
Yeah, but also the sweat and everything is horrible.
Yeah, because next week we're off. Where are we off to? Pill?
Well,
Did you say?
at the moment,
We think Pill near Shepton
that's
Mallet.
to be at
So
the
that's
moment.
going to be a sort of weekender, but they're rather doing Saturday, Sunday, Monday, they're doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we're going to be going there Thursday night.
Yeah, with the motorhome.
With the motorhome. Have you decided what you're calling it yet?
No,
She's not decided, poor little thing. She's had it for a year.
you poor little thing. It's hardly little, is it? I'm sure it can sort
big.
itself out.
I know, but
20
it's still
to
nice.
5. That's...
But it's still like, you know, it's a little girly. And you've got to call it something nice. It's called Adamo or something, isn't it?
A demo.
Ademo. Bit masculine.
And I don't like Bailey as a name anyway. And it's a Bailey's, a demo, or a demo.
Rita.
I call all of them Betsy.
Rita.
No.
No.
It's going to be Betsy, I think.
Betsy.
All my vehicles have been Betsy. And when I took...
Big Bertha.
That's you.
That's good, Big Bertha, because it's got berths in it.
Yeah,
it's got beds in it.
It's going to be Betsy.
All right, Betsy.
Because...
All right. And all the problems now, touch would have been sorted out, so...
Yes.
I haven't got to do a...
We shall be...
I haven't got to do pole vault into my bed.
I've got some steps in there now anyway.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, so sorry.
Oh, yes.
That's it for
Toodle Pips.
Toodle Pips.
Yeah. I am
The
eager
end of
to
May, the
get
bank
home
holiday
because
weekend.
I need to get in the shower.
Oh, you dirty cow. I got to go and get me fish and chips, so
Bloody
happy
knackered.
days. Happy days.
Absolutely canoe.
Yeah, I am actually knackered now. After all that excitement with me purse spill. Okay guys, this was down at Wick on the 3rd day by the summer pass. Terrible day for me that day, really. All buttons except for this thing, which does have writing round it. Can't really see what it says. I'm sure it says something like prison on there. But yeah, there's definitely writing on it, but as to what it is, I don't know. All right, guys, this is the 2nd of April 2025, back at Wick, along the Summer Pass Road that used to go up through to London. It goes up to a wood. We were, well, last year, we were on the far end of it. This is back the other side. Not absolutely brilliant for most of it, but, you know, 4-hole button, some coins which are hard to identify. But look at this. Charles I, silver hammered. I'll turn it over. Look at that for an amazing coin. So regardless of anything else, that turned out to be an amazing day. Thanks, guys. Bye. Okay, guys, these are my finds from Wick. The day I think I broke my toe. Well, I know I broke my toe, but it was broken before I left, unfortunately. Nevertheless, I found some beautiful things this day. It was the 2nd time that we'd gone along under the wood at Wick. Second hoe was this beautiful, beautiful florin. This, can't really show the beauty of it. Looks like it's a button from the back, but I've never dug up one like that before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins. I think they're all Georgian. They may be Victorian, a couple of them. 2 massive musketballs. A little Roman. Hard to tell at the moment what it was or is. Another silver type button. And this little spoon. Like I say, wonderful day. 30th of April 2025. Okay, so this is my show and tell from Johnsfield, the one that it was a new permission, sorry, it's me bashing the plates, a new permission, but I didn't have a very successful day. All I found to start with was buttons and buttons and buttons and rubbish. So I wasn't having a very good day. Jane had a bumper day. I think she got about 9 coins, 3 musket balls. She was having a brilliant day. So when she said she wanted to go back, I went, oh, really? Do you really want to go back? I'm having such a bad day. So I was actually in the middle of digging a hole at the time, and I was really tired and really crotchety and in a lot of pain. So my heart really wasn't in it, but I was determined to finish this last hole. And I got a cartwheel penny, or a lucky penny as they call them. Now, cartwheel pennies are massive. Look how thick they are. I don't even see very well in this light. So it is my house, I haven't got much light. But they were only ever minted in 1897. Now, the reason for this was it wasn't very popular because it's so heavy. It feels like lead. So you can imagine if you had a few of these in your pocket, you wouldn't be a happy bunny, would you? And I bet your wife didn't like it because you'd end up with holes in your pockets. So they were only minted for 1 year. So that's what they're called, a cartwheel penny, and they're supposed to be very lucky. Anyway, that's what I got. So I said to Jane, do you know what? Yeah, I'll come back. So I got this as well, which is quite intriguing. It's actually got writing on it. I really don't know what it is, but I like little bits like that because you don't know what they are. But they're quite interesting because they've got writing on them. Just like old writing as well, which is rather nice. Yeah, got a hell of a, like a plumb bob. It's lead. It's solid. So I really don't, oh no it's not, sorry, beg your pardon. Right, so this is lead. It looks like a medieval plumb bob. I don't think they had wallpaper back then, so it's not. So it must have been some sort of weight, I imagine. Really heavy. The usual suspects, you know, bit more lead, bit more lead. A little bit of a buckle, unfortunately I didn't get the rest of it. So yeah, I wasn't, until I got the cartwheel penny, I wasn't a happy bunny, but I've said I'll go back. So yeah, better things next time, hopefully. Okay, this is my show and tell from John's field that we revisited again. The one that I had the cartwheel penny in, that I wasn't very happy until that point, and then it was like, yay! I actually got some nice things. I do apologise about the light in here, it's terrible. I got a lovely part of a shoe buckle, lovely, and I got a whole one. I love things like this. I absolutely love it. So that's probably Tudor time. Got a massive great weight. If you remember, the other day I got a weight like this. Weighs a ton. I think it's made of lead. Right, this is a William I hammered. From 1640 to 1641, because if there's a star on it, which this one's got, then that shows the different mints. And this is the year before Parliament took over the Royal Mint. So they took it all over. So that was Charles I. So there's quite a lot of uprisings going on there, and the start of the Civil War. So they weren't happy bunnies. Then I got quite a rare William III halfpenny from 1694. Sorry, 1694. So I'm trying to read my own writing here. Yeah, so William III from 1694. So both of those are like 400 years old, which is just ace. Okay, so this is a George V shilling, silver shilling, from 1941. Apparently up to 1940 they used to be made of pure silver, so I've just missed out by 1 year. So this has got silver in it, but it's not quite as much silver as the previous ones were. So yeah, so I had a brilliant day. Jane, not so much. So, you know, the first day she went out and got 9 coins and 3 musket balls, and this time she didn't get so much. I'm a bit intrigued about this, because it looks like it's actually made to be shaped like that, but I've got no idea what it could be. There's no markings on it or anything that I can see. I mean, I know there's scratches on there. There are scratches that you can see. Sorry about the light. But there's nothing obvious about what it is. Half a button. Yeah, so it just goes to show sometimes you have a good day, sometimes you don't. And you just got to take the rough with the smooth. But yeah, I was so chuffed with this. Oh, wow. Silver. Yeah. And oh, there's the star. Look, can you see the star there? There, if I just point my finger to it there. Yeah, the star depicts the actual year it was minted, during the reign of child's first. So that's absolutely fab. Love that. Yeah, so all in all, really good day. So we're going to go back again, I think one last time, and finish it off, and then we can start going back on the fields that we haven't been able to get onto because of the rain, because it's always underwater. Right. Thank you for your company.
Yes.
Hope you've enjoyed watching.
Yes.
And just remember, keep digging.